How's it going, folks? This is Ethan at Emerald Water Anglers. We're enjoying a nice rainy Saturday afternoon, and we're going to be tying up a variation of Harry Lemire's Winter Fly from Trey Combs.
Rainy? What are you talking about?
All right, so this is Harry Lemire's Winter Fly from Steelhead Fly Fishing by Trey Combs. It's a little bit of a variation. I've changed a couple things, but the spirit of it is still the old pattern. We're going to start size 1 or 2 single salmon hook. It's got some 210 Danville thread. Start by dressing the hook with a nice thread base right behind the return. So Harry's uses red and a salmon colored hackle for a tail and a silver tag. One thing I've kind of changed is I just do a red tag and then just a salmon colored tail. So for that red tag, we're just going to use some red tinsel. I'm just using Flashabou. You can use any tinsel you'd like. Tie that in. And then I like to add a small dab of glue just because when you brush out the dubbing later on in the fly, sometimes the brush will kind of chew up the tinsel. So I like to add just a small dab of glue there just to make sure we don't wreck our own fly when we go to pick our dubbing out. I'm going to wrap back down towards the end of the hook. That down to about even with the point of the barb, and then I'm going to wrap back up to our tie-in point. Kind of spread out on you. The thread will gather them back up. Just a couple wraps. What you'll notice in some of the older patterns is they tend to leave their tie-in points. They don't trim their tags as close. It kind of just helps get a nice smooth body. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our tail. It is just some fibers off a hackle stem. This is just saddle hackle. You could use a Schlappen too, but it might be a little long. I want to grab about a hook's gap width of fibers. About a hook's gap of fibers. Pull those out. Trim down a little bit. Go with pretty long tail on this, nice and wispy, good webby hackle fibers. All right, so what I like to do next is bring my thread up just behind where we started our thread, and then we're going to add some large silver French tinsel, and we're going to tie this in, going all the way down the top of our hook shank.
But you are.
All right. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our dubbing. I'm using Senyo's laser hair. You could use Angora goat. You could use some seal if you have it. Anything with a good shimmer. And I'm gonna use kind of a shrimp orange color.
Got it.
I'm gonna do a dubbing loop.
Well,
Just gonna throw a half hitch in here.
basically.
I do my dubbing loops is I like to take my dubbing, card it all out so the fibers are going the same direction. Just put that in the loop, and then once it's in the loop, I'll spread it out. Try and keep your dubbing fibers perpendicular to your dubbing.
Very.
Twist this up. Brush it out before we wrap it. We'll brush it out a couple different times.
We did not. Yep.
Start wrapping that forward. Doesn't need to be super tight touching wraps. Originally, this fly actually did have a red floss running through it too, so if you get a little bit of that red thread base peeking through, it's not the end of the world. And don't do the flaws. Tie in that loop.
You lock it, safety. We. Yeah. Yeah. All she got.
All right, and then I'm gonna wrap that tinsel forward through the dubbing. You want pretty open wraps here. This tinsel will add a little bit of weight and bulk to the fly. Not a bad thing for a winter bug. Get it down just a little bit. Overall, it's a pretty light fly. Very easy to cast. All right, we're gonna tie this tinsel in nice and tight.
Oh, shit.
All right, now we want to really brush this fly out. Really try and get that dubbing back out from under the tinsel. Really help this fly breathe and move on the swing.
Yeah.
Pick it out a little bit. So I like a nice long dubbing fiber, like goat, or this is laser hair. All right, now we're gonna do our hackle. Use that same piece of strung hackle from before. I'm gonna tie it in by the stem on the underside of the hook, perpendicular. It's a figure 8 wrap. Nice and tight so that feather doesn't come out. And this is nice and tight.
So,
All right. And you want to, oop, popped it. That's why you want to get nice and tight. I did not. There we go.
that.
Crease that hackle.
Okay.
Probably 4 or 5 wraps. What a pretty full collar on this fly. Very simple fly, but the colors really help in dirty stained water. I love oranges and peach and salmon colors in dirty water. Alright. I'm gonna add just a little bit more thread base going up into the return here. Definitely don't want to crowd that eye though, but want to get a nice thread base. We're gonna tie in our calf tail. I don't mind a little bit of curve in my calf tail on a steelhead fly like this, but overall you want to grab a pretty straight piece, not too much.
Okay.
Clean it out a little bit. How I prep mine, I always trim my ends flush, and then I trim an angle
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
We're gonna tie this in really tight. This is kind of the reason I like a 210 denier for this fly, because you want to get that calf tail in there super tight. All right, good. Trim these ends out. This can be a little bit tricky. Really using the tips, very tips of your scissors. Try and trim as much of that calf tail back to your thread as possible. Clean it up. Just cover our tips up. All right. Now I'm just gonna whip finish our fly here. Nice and tight. small dab of head cement, finish it off, get a nice lacquer head. Work it around. And then we'll let that dry. That's gonna be a great pattern for late summer steelhead, early winter steelhead. Low flows, which we can definitely expect a little bit of this coming season because of our snowpack. Classic fly, that still works. Harry Lemire's winter fly. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to the Emerald Water Anglers channel, and come on into the shop and we'll get you all set up with all the time materials you need.